He was born in Mecca in 569 or 570. His mother, Hazhail bint Vuhayb, is the daughter of Amin's uncle, because they suckled milk from Suwayba, the slave girl of Abu Lahab. Huz. It is narrated that Hamza, who was known to be the foster brother of the Prophet, and also a friend and companion in his childhood and youth, became a Muslim in the 2nd or 6th year of the prophethood. According to the narration, Abdullah bin Judan's concubine, who witnessed Abu Jahl and his men insulting the Messenger of Allah, told what she had seen to Hamza, who was circumambulating the Kaaba on his return from hunting. Hamza, in a great rage, wounded Abu Jahl with the bow in his hand, and said, "I too have embraced the religion of Muhammad." He declared that he had accepted Islam by saying, "If anyone has the courage, let's come and fight." With Hamza's acceptance of Islam, the power of the Muslims increased. This caused the polytheists to reconsider their daring attempts against the Muslims. Pleasure. Just as the Prophet established a bond of brotherhood between the Ansar and the Muhajirun in Medina after the Hijrah, he had also established brotherhood among the Muslims in Mecca. In fact, when Hamza became a Muslim, the Messenger of Allah declared him as the brother of Zayd bin Haritha, Prophet Muhammad. When Hamza went on a crusade, he would leave everything he had to Zayd. When Hamza migrated to Medina, he stayed as a guest in the house of Kulsum bin Hidman, or Sa'd bin Haysama in Kuba, Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet made him a brother with Kulthum bin Hidm during the Mu'ahat. After the Hijrah, the Messenger of Allah organized expeditions to pressure the Quraysh, who were threatening the Muslims who took refuge in Medina, on the trade routes in order to dissuade them. The first of these expeditions is narrated to be the Siful Bar expedition. He appointed Hamza as commander. In the Ramadan of the first year, Hamza went on an expedition with a detachment of 30 men to keep the Quraysh caravan, which was protected by a cavalry unit of about 300 men, including Abu Jahl, under control and to carry out raids when necessary. The parties met in the region where the Juhaynis lived, near the Red Sea coast, west of Medina. The clash was prevented by the efforts of Majd bin Amr from the Juhayna tribe. Haz Ali also participated in the Abwa and Zulushaira expeditions and the Kainuka expedition. Hamza carried the banner of the Messenger of Allah in these campaigns. Prophet Muhammad Hamza was one of the leading heroes of the Battle of Badr. He fought with great courage and killed Shayba bin Rabi'a, one of those who came out to fight one-on-one, and Abu Sufyan bin Harb's wife helped kill Utbah bin Rabi'a, Hind's father. During the war, he killed Jubair bin Mutim's uncle Tuaymeh bin Adi and some prominent figures of the Quraysh. For this reason, the polytheists, who were trying to take revenge on Hamza, promised Jubair bin Mutim that his Abyssinian slave, Wahshi bin Harba, would be freed if he killed Hamza during the Battle of Uhud. Prophet Muhammad the Indian, who said he would chew Hamza's liver and make a necklace from his organs and put it around his neck to return to Mecca, promised to give him 10 gold coins in addition to all his jewelry. Prophet Muhammad, before the Battle of Uhud, when the issue of staying and defending Medina or fighting the enemy outside the city was being discussed, Hamza told the Messenger of Allah that he preferred the second option, Hamza Huz, who fought heroically in this battle and killed 31 people. When the Islamic army was defeated because the archers abandoned their positions despite the Prophet's warning, he said, "I am the lion of Allah and His Messenger. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the evil that Abu Sufyan and his men did. I also ask your forgiveness for the wrong actions of the Muslims." He continued to fight with the enemy. Hiding behind a stone, Hazrat Yaban watched the fight with Siba bin Abdulzah. When he saw Hamza approaching where he was after killing Siba, he threw his spear and martyred him. Then he removed his liver and took it to Hind. Enemy soldiers cut off the noses, ears, and other organs of all the martyrs, especially Hamza, except for Hanzala bin Abu Amir, whose father was a polytheist, and strung them up on ropes and put them on the necks of the women who participated in the war as necklaces, thus allowing them to enter Mecca that way. The Messenger of Allah, P.P. Buch, when he saw Hamza in this state, he was deeply saddened, wept, and said, "No one has ever suffered as much calamity as you, nor will anyone. Nothing has angered me as much as this. O uncle of the Messenger of Allah, O Hamza, the Lion of Allah and His Messenger, may Allah have mercy on you. I know well that you observe the rights of kin and relatives. You always did good deeds. If it were necessary to keep a summer record, I would keep a summer record for you." The Prophet later swore that he would slaughter 70 or 30 polytheists and take revenge in the same way. However, if you are to punish them with a punishment similar to what was done to you. But if you are patient, surely that is better for those who are patient. When the verse in the meaning was revealed, he gave up his decision. The Messenger of Allah tried to prevent his sister Safiya, who wanted to see Hamza, but Safiya insisted, saying that her sister had suffered this calamity for the sake of Allah, that she would accept even worse things in the way of Allah, and that she would expect the reward from Him. But he could not hold back his tears when he saw Hamza's funeral. The Prophet reassured his aunt Safiya and his daughter Fatima by saying that Hamza was the Lion of Allah and His Messenger, the master of the martyrs. After stating that the martyrs did not die but lived in paradise, the following was revealed. Do not consider those killed in the path of Allah dead. On the contrary, they are alive. They are receiving provision with their Lord, joyful with what Allah has bestowed upon them from His grace and generosity. They also rejoice in the good news that there is no grief or fear for their martyred brothers, who will follow them and who have not yet joined them. He recited the verse in the Quran. The Messenger of Allah led the funeral prayer for Hamza. Afterwards, the prayers for the other martyrs were performed. The martyrs were buried in Uhud, 2 or 3 in their own clothes, without washing themselves. Their clothes were wrapped around their chests and heads, and their lower parts were also wrapped around their chests and heads. The grave was covered with fragrant herbs. Abu Bakr, Omar, Ali, and Zubair dug Hamza's grave and buried him with the Messenger of Allah. Hamza was placed in the same grave with his sister's son, Abdullah ibn Jahsh. When the Messenger of Allah returned to Medina, Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, Mu'adh ibn Jabal, Abdullah ibn Rawha, and the women of the Ansar offered their condolences and shared their sorrow with their tears. Upon hearing that the Ansar women continued to weep until midnight, the Prophet thanked them and prayed for them before sending them home. The next day, he said he did not find it appropriate for them to weep in this manner. A man of honor and meticulousness who respected kinship rights, Hamza displayed legendary heroism in the Battle of Uhud. He disregarded his own life for Islam, utilizing all the techniques of war, setting an example of courage and heroism for the warriors of that day, and all warriors who would later fight for the righteous cause. He became a patron saint of warriors and martyrs. He was considered. For this reason, he has been remembered in Islamic history with the titles of Sayyidu Martyr and Esadullah, the leader of martyrs. Hamza, who was greatly loved and respected by the Messenger of Allah and received his material and spiritual support, was unable to participate in scholarly and administrative activities during his lifetime, and therefore not much information about him is available in sources. His destiny, in a way, resembled that of the Prophet's parents. The duty of both of his prophetic parents, who died at a young age, was as if it were merely to give birth to the last prophet and gift him to humanity. Hamza's duty, after doing his utmost for the cause of Muslim existence, consisted of drinking the sherbet of martyrdom on the same path and living in the hearts of veterans throughout history. After the conquest of Mecca, Yaban ibn Harb fled to Taif and settled there. When the people of Taif sent a delegation to Medina to declare their acceptance of Islam, Yaban accompanied them to Medina and appeared before the Prophet. He was also present at the martyrdom of his uncle. The Messenger of Allah, deeply saddened when hearing his account of the incident from him, told him not to see him again. The Messenger of Allah, far from punishing the savage, did not even utter a bad word to him, but expressed that he could not bear to see him. A remarkable event in terms of showing how much he loved Hamza. It is narrated that the tomb of Haz Hamza was built by the mother of the Abbasid Caliph Nasir, Lidanillah. A mosque and a library were built next to the tomb in later periods. During the Ottoman period, meticulous care was taken of this place. After the Ottomans lost control of the region, the tomb and all the structures around it were demolished. May Allah grant them their intercession. May He make us neighbors in paradise. Amen.